The Grand Egyptian Museum has opened 12 new galleries. Today is October 16th, 2024, and I'm taking you guys to the GEM, the Grand Egyptian Museum, because today marks the first trial run of the museum's 12 main galleries. Although the full museum is not entirely open to the public yet, if you're into anything Egypt, then you will know this is big news. This museum has been under construction for nearly 2 decades, and finally they are opening up some very significant sections of the museum. It's now 8 a.m. and I'm about to head to the GEM. I did buy my ticket online for 1,700 Egyptian pounds. For Egyptians, it's 350 for an adult. I will leave a link to that website in the description of this video if you want to buy your tickets online as well. But yeah, I know you're watching this video to see the new galleries, so just because I don't want to interrupt the video once it starts, I just want to say very quickly that I live in Egypt and make videos about all things Egypt. So if you are planning a trip here, stay tuned for events that are happening and a lot of other things by subscribing to the channel. I make food videos, helpful videos about Ubers and SIM cards and hotels by the pyramids and ancient sites and the culture, Muslim holidays, all sorts of different things about Egypt. So, and if you do like this video, give it a big like so that I can know that you enjoyed it and so that I can reach more people. All right, I'll stop wasting your time. Yalla bina, let's get into the video. The Grand Egyptian Museum is set to be the world's largest museum for a single civilization, encompassing a massive 490,000 square meters, and will display over 100,000 artifacts from the ancient Egyptian civilization, spanning 7,000 years. Construction began in 2005, and although not completely finished and open to the public, 12 new galleries are now open to the public as of today, October 16th, 2024. Immediately upon entry into the Grand Hall, we see the colossal statue of Ramses II, which dates back 3,200 years and was discovered in Egypt's ancient capital of Memphis, only 24 kilometers from the modern-day capital of Cairo. After passing through the Grand Hall, we reach the Grand Staircase, where you have the option to take the stairs, a slightly inclined belt escalator, or a lift for the handicap. The first section of the Grand Staircase is dedicated to the great pharaohs of Egypt, and is lined with their commanding statues. We can see pharaohs such as Senusret III and Thutmose III, Amenhotep III, and Hatshepsut, to name just a few. The second section is dedicated to the ancient temples, divine houses and homes to the gods. We can see the granite naos, or shrine, of Senusret I, and the small pyramid in the back is actually an obelisk tip of Hatshepsut. In the third section, we see depicted gods and kings. While gods were responsible for different aspects of life, including the sky, the Nile, the desert, and the underworld, the pharaohs were in charge of the land on earth and represented the gods on earth. In the back and near the top of platform 3, one can see stelae such as Ramses IV and the Abyddin gods, and Ramses II. The last level is about the journey to eternity. The afterlife was of the utmost importance to ancient Egyptians, and as we pass this staircase, we can see several sarcophagi to represent this. Upon reaching the top of the grand staircase, we are greeted with a view of the great pyramids of Giza themselves. Now we have reached the newly opened main galleries, of which there are 12. They are divided into 4 different periods, with 3 galleries to each period. The first is the prehistoric periods, pre-dynastic and early dynastic, Old Kingdom, and First Intermediate period. The second is the Middle Kingdom and Second Intermediate periods. The third is dedicated to the New Kingdom, and the last covers the Third Intermediate period, Late period, and Greco-Roman period. In each period, there are galleries dedicated to society, kingship, and beliefs. You can choose to walk through the galleries however you like, but I recommend passing through them in chronological order and following a snaking motion throughout the galleries to follow the passage of time in Egypt. Between 6000 and 5000 BC, the climate became drier, forcing nomadic people to move closer to sources of water in the Nile Valley. This shift to a more settled life led to cultivating land, growing crops, raising animals, and catching fish. This time period is clearly shown with reliefs seen within the first gallery. In the first gallery, we can also see tools, jewelry, and even pottery from the Neolithic period in Egypt. We can see artifacts from the First Dynasty discovered in Abydos, statues depicting food production such as beer and bread, and so much more. In the second gallery, which is dedicated to the kingship from these early periods, we can see items such as flint spearheads, arrowheads and blades, and combs, one with a decorative hippopotamus at the top. These items from the Qadha second period were discovered in Tomb 72 in Hierakonpolis. We can also see objects that were discovered in a hidden burial chamber next to the Great Pyramid, gifts such as chairs and beds given to Queen Hetepheres from her husband King Sneferu and by her son King Khufu. Other artifacts that can be seen in this gallery include canopic chests from the 4th dynasty which contained the remains of organs, reliefs from Sneferu's bent pyramid at Darshur showing rows of female offering bearers carrying food and drink, and funerary boat models from the 6th dynasty. I won't be walking you through each and every gallery explaining items, but let me just say there are thousands upon thousands of ancient artifacts to see here. I spent hours walking through and recording this absolutely stunning museum and could have spent even more time. When you visit, you will see everything from coffins with eyes painted on the outside to allow the dead to see out, to statues of all shapes and sizes from every age. Reliefs from different periods and from all over the country can be seen within the gem, such as this colorful stela from Thebes during the Middle Kingdom. Offering scenes at a temple gateway added by King Sobekemsaf 300 years after King Senusret built the temple. A relief from Karnak shows Shepenwipet embracing her divine husband, god Amun. This relief from the 18th dynasty in Thebes shows Thutmose IV offering pots filled with water to the god Amun. Here we can see a pet monkey eating dates beneath a chair, while a man, his wife, and his daughter sit in front of an offering table, discovered in Saqqara dating back to the 18th dynasty. Nubian pottery, as well as pottery from other parts of Egypt, can be seen. A large collection of Middle Kingdom papyrus documents was discovered at Lahoun. Some are personal letters and temple accounts, while others are religious, scientific, and literary texts. Business records from the Roman period were discovered at Karanis. Stele. This one is from an overseer in Upper Egypt during the 12th dynasty. And this one is from the 13th dynasty, showing a dead couple in a chair with 3 small family members reciting offering spells. This is a stela from the 12th dynasty reporting their successful endeavor to obtain amethyst. A 20th dynasty stela found in Abydos of Ramses IV. And a stela of a military scribe during the New Kingdom. Inside the gem, we can also see stunning digital projections and visual displays, which bring the ancient artwork of Egypt alive in front of our very eyes. But so much more can be seen in this museum. From fragmented ostracons listing workmen in the Valley of the Kings, to pyramidions from the 19th dynasty. From canopic jars, which held the organs of mummies, to shrouds for burial. Those who could not afford funerary scrolls, coffins, or tombs were buried in these shrouds. This one has a self-made version of the Book of the Dead written on it, with spelling mistakes and all. And this shroud was painted with the image of Osiris. You will find an amazing selection of jewelry ranging from necklaces, bangles, and bracelets in beautiful colors, to small intricate gold pendants. Every color of scarab, big and small, scarab rings, and mirrors with decorative handles. You can even see a crocodile mummy from the temple in Komombo, a temple dedicated to the crocodile god Sobek in the south of Egypt. Or a section of the chapel of Mentuhotep II, showing him as a victorious leader smiting his enemies. This was discovered in Dendera and dates back to the 11th dynasty. I could go on, for the treasures here are truly endless, but I hope this gives you just a glimpse of what is available to be seen here at the Grand Egyptian Museum now. So there it is, my friends. Those are the 12 new galleries that are open at the Gem. Of course, not everything is open. You can't see things like the solar boat or King Tutankhamen's gallery and other sections of the museum. I'm not sure when those will be open, but there is a lot to see here now. It is amazing. It is incredible. So if you find yourself in Egypt, I can say it is officially worth visiting, worth spending the money and the time on. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I do live in Egypt, so when it does fully open, I will be one of the first people through that door to film it, to see it, and to show you guys. So follow along for more videos, as well as all things Egypt. I do a lot of videos about ancient sites and motorcycle tours around the city so that you can see what the streets look like and daily life here, as well as food videos and holidays. And like I said, you know, I mentioned all this earlier, I'm pretty sure. I have a lot of different videos about Egypt, so check those out, subscribe, give it a big like so it can reach more people, and thank you so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one. Ma salama.